Right guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all smashing it. Happy Friday. Well, today going to be having a little thought about electric cars. You know, are any of you going to chop in your 3 Series or your general petrol or diesel BMs and make the move to a full electric car? What are the pros and cons? You know, there's a lot of advantages. Are you a petrol head and you hate the thought of moving over to an electric car? Are you going to hang on for as long as possible, or are you swapping up as we speak? So let's have a look. These are just my thoughts on electric cars. So first, big issue with me with electric cars is range. I was having a conversation with a lad in work there, and he was he's got a full electric Hyundai. Says it's a great car. He's not particularly a car person. He planned a trip to, I think it was like Harry Potter World or somewhere like that, so down south, a good way. The car is supposed to have a range of about 170 to 200 miles, obviously depending on how you drive it, what mode you drive it in. Now, he basically said, we took the missus's diesel. I was like, right. So they took the diesel due to the fact that they worked out if they took the electric car, they'd have had to have pulled over somewhere for a good hour to let it charge up. So they took the diesel. Now, that's like, I don't know, it's like a form of anxiety. Now, if I had an electric car, I do 300 miles a week, 60 miles a day, so you're having to work out, you know, do I charge it up overnight? You can't just fly into a petrol station a quick 2-3 minutes, fill up, charge up, and on your merry way. So I think a lot of people do have range anxiety, and that's, I know with my parents, that was their fear when they took the car in and they gave them a courtesy car. Oh, we've got this electric car. And we said, well, how much charge is in it? Will it get me home? So I think a lot of people, me included, are suffering from range anxiety. You think, what, on even the 30Ds here, you know, a full tank, it's giving you more than, you know, you put 20 quid in, that's giving you 200 miles easy, and the rest. So I think range anxiety is a big factor affecting people. I think until, you know, you get a battery that's giving you 400 plus miles, and I'm not 100% clued on, you know, I only know basic things about electric cars, but I just know the range isn't that great. And another point he said, so you have the air conditioning on, that can lose you 5 to 10 miles. You put the heater on, that can lose you the same. And he seemed to think as well, headlights, that's not fantastic. So that's my first point. Right, so my second point, cost. You know, brand new for, you know, a brand new full electric, you know, BMW, the I-Series, whichever one, they are more expensive than a petrol or diesel. You know, they are a bit fancier, but they cost more, and in the second-hand market, the cost is still high. So I don't think that's encouraging people to make the move over, because you can still get a very good diesel or petrol car for cheaper than a full electric car. So I think in a minute, cost is playing a large factor. Don't know how cost is going to pan out when manufacturers stop producing petrol and diesel cars. Don't know if it's going to go up or it's going to go down. So there we go, guys. Cost is another large factor at the minute. So another factor with electric cars at the minute, there seems to be a lot of, you read social media and general media, there's a lot of battery issues, things going wrong, You know, where do I take it when it goes wrong? It seems to be a main dealer thing. And then, you know, it's a cost with the battery issues, especially if you buy a second-hand electric car and there is no warranty. You know, the batteries, they're meant to be crazy priced. So I think that's another thing. So, you know, you buy, say, a second-hand one and it's got 40,000 miles. You know, how much is left in the life of that battery? You know, we can gauge, you know, you buy a diesel that's got, oh, it's got 100,000 miles on it. It's just broken. Now it'll go for another 150,000. You know, with batteries at 40,000 miles, how much life has that battery or the motor got left in it? You know, we still don't know from a reliability point of view how long these things last. So there we go, guys. Batteries, motors, how long do they last? Are they reliable long term? Guess only time will tell. Right, guys, so my next point is charging issues. So just when you're out and about, you know, McDonald's, Tesco's, nipping into town, out on the open road, you don't see that many charging points. And I know petrol and diesel are still the mass majority, but if they're wanting us all to make this move over, there needs to be a visible infrastructure that just basically says, oh, there's charging points everywhere, so at least we'll be able to charge our cars. Like you see on social media at the minute, in America, with Teslas, you know, queuing out of car parks, trying to charge the cars. That's not great, and they're Tesla specific chargers. So if you've got a BM or a full electric Merc, you know, I don't think you can use them charging points. So there's even less options. So I think this country at the minute, I don't think we've got the infrastructure, and with the slowing down from a manufacturing side of things with petrol and diesel, I think it needs to be more visible out and about that we have got the infrastructure to support everyone going electric. At the minute it's just not there, and it's a big worry. And then there's the fact, will the national grid be able to support everyone charging the cars at 6 o'clock at night ready for work the next day? So who knows, that'll be an interesting one. So the next one, guys, you think about it, it's you're moving from one world to another. So the people who look after our cars, petrol and diesel, mechanics, technicians, it's been going on for years, and it's been passed down from generation to generation. You know, the tricks of the trade, you know, this is a whole new ball game. So I think you're not going to be able to get your electric BMW and just rock up at your local garage that you've used for many years, where, you know, the dads work there, the sons work there, you know, knowledge has been passed down from generation to generation, good old-fashioned mechanics. It's a different ball game. Now, is that going to put them smaller businesses out of business? They're going to have to go and basically become technicians for electric cars? I don't know. Are they going to have to go to college, do courses? There's obviously you know, massive safety issues working on electric cars. As, you know, they're dangerous to work on. So is that going to scare away your smaller garages? You know, are we going to be limited to where we can take them for a long period of time until the world of mechanics catches up? You know, I don't think it's massively on mechanics' minds at the minute learning how to work on an electric car, because there's still a mass amount of petrols and diesels. But it's going to come where they are either going to have to learn or go to another trade. So that's a worry. You know, people with lack of knowledge, main dealers only for the minute, but again, a concern. Right, guys, so this isn't really a concern. It is more of a plus. Oh, Tesla. They're actually quite nice looking cars. The speed, the torque, the instant torque, the instant power down is phenomenal. I was watching a video there on YouTube. I think if you want to watch it, it's the Triple F collection. They've got a Bugatti Chiron and they've got one of these Tesla plaid, not sure what it is. It's like their M-powered version Tesla, and against this Bugatti, which is, you know, W16 quad turbo, 1,000+ horsepower, you know, 260 miles an hour rocket, you know, a marvel of engineering. And this electric motored, you know, that's about $100,000 Tesla off the line, just boom, just leaves it, gone. And they do the test runs in it, and all of them, you know, they're massive petrol heads. And when they do the launch, I think it's called, I'm not sure, it's called ludicrous mode, when we stick it in that mode, and that's like all bells and whistles, rocket shit. When they're trying to film it, the cameras like that, they've all got their heads pinned to the seat. It's 0 to 60 time is ridiculous. It's just boom, gone. So from that point of view, how fast are they? And even the normal ones that, you know, aren't their performance ones, and that's the same across the range with, you know, BMW electric cars, you know, they're quick. They are really quick. I think I watched the video there as well with a bit more even across the board. It was either 911 turbo or the GT3 RS on like a runway, and the Tesla, the plaid, smoked it off the line. But then as it got more to speed, the Porsche just reeled it in and ended up smoking it in the end and got past it. So as soon as it got to roughly around 120 miles an hour, the Porsche just homed it in, and that was it. The Tesla was done. But let's face it, on UK roads and even American roads, or even anywhere roads, you can't do them speeds, you know, 160, 170 miles an hour. You know, it is pretty much 0 to 60, 100 if you're feeling a bit daring. But so shows the old internal combustion engine did put up a fight. Right guys, so that's a little bit about electric cars. Now, what's my view? What am I personally thinking? What am I gonna do? Well, it took me long enough to get a diesel. Really didn't like diesels. I was a pure petrol head, straight 6, 16 valve twin cam, V8 twin turbos, induction kits, exhaust. That's what it's all been about for years. Pure petrol head. They live, they breathe. I love the engineering. I love the internal combustion engine. You know, it's something I'm always going to love. And sadly, I just think electric cars, they have no soul. You know, this, it lives, it breathes. You know, electric cars, I just don't get that feel. They're very, obviously, they're muted. There's just no heart and soul to them. Yes, they're very, very quick. You know, do they save the environment compared to a diesel? Maybe. That's another debate. Will I be chopping this in to go electric for the next car? Well, we look at the next generation. As I said on a previous video, I was looking at M340Ds in this G20. Even that's got the small electric motor. So these are the last without an electric motor. So with BMW, this era has come to an end. I'm not sure what the 30D is in the G20. I don't know if that's got an electric motor or it's just for the 340, the M340D. But, you know, they're very nice cars. I'm sure they're very quick, and yes, they've still got the diesel engine, but will I be itching to make a move to full electric? Unless forced to, no. I will probably always try and have a performance diesel or petrol motor because I love them. They're brilliant. They've stood the test of time, and yes, there's, you know, electric. There's obviously then the questions about hydrogen. No one really seems to talk about that. It's all electric. So personally, I won't be itching to move on. If forced to, yes, you have no choice, but maybe my love and passion for cars might disappear a bit. For me, it is, well, probably 70% of my love for cars is about the engine, the noise that it makes. You know, that's why we buy things like M3s. That's why I've got a 30 diesel, you know, because it has got straight 6 grunt. Yeah, it doesn't sound amazing, but it sounds all right. You know, there's a nice turbo whistle, there's that straight 6 grunt. So no, I'm going to hang on and stay put for as long as possible. Now, I don't know, drop in the comments, are you guys, any of you, for your next BMW, are you going to go for an electric one? Or are you going to stick with trusty old diesel or a petrol? Let me know in the comments. So there we go, guys. So yeah, a couple of things coming up. I've just lent Tom's draggy, so I'm going to try and get that all set up because he's charged it all up. He's not had a chance to use it, he's really busy at the minute. And I'm going to try and get an accurate 0 to 60 time on this, get it on the roof. Obviously works with GPS, so it is pretty darn accurate. So yeah, I'm going to try and see what the stage 1 tuned 30D is like. 0 to 60, hopefully it's quicker than the factory time, but who knows. So that'll be a little interesting experiment. Also, like I've noticed there on the analytics, you know, we have 1.7 thousand returning viewers. So if you're one of them viewers that hasn't subscribed, please drop us a sub, helps us out. Yeah, we are a small channel, we want to keep making content to the best of our ability. It'd be great to have you on board. So there we go, guys. Enjoy your weekend. I'll catch up with you soon, and happy Friday. Take it easy.